What's happening, everybody? Thanks for all tuning in. So tonight we have Rich, who is a tattoo enthusiast and into his bikes, and also diving into the modeling career. So we're gonna get him on the podcast now, and yeah, just see how it all goes for him. You know, how he started and what it's all about. And obviously, again, if you guys can like, comment, or share, at least share the podcast. If you're not really got time to watch, it does help. And yeah, let's get Rich on and let's hear his story. You're right, mate. How we doing?
Good, man.
Let's go. Thanks for taking the time to come on here with me, mate. I appreciate it.
That's just happy to be on, man.
Nah, awesome. So obviously, as we were talking off air, like, so you know, you're saying like you have a full-time job as well. First of all, when did you first get into tattoos? We'll go down that one first.
Well, I was about 14, 15 when I first got my first one. I know it was underage, fake IDs back in the day, mustard. But it was, it started there really. I had a few going on. But I think 2010 is where I started getting proper heavily tattooed. I come back from America and I just went balls deep. So 10 years, just kind of getting tattooed more or less every weekend, man. And now I'm literally got nothing left. So most of
I was going to say, have you got any space left?
No, not at all. And I mean, when I say everything.
Oh no. Oh, mate. Oh, I tell you what, right? I worked in the studio like part time. I did weekends, and I had a guy come in, and he was like, "Oh, do you do cover ups?" And I was like, "Yeah, well, I can do some cover ups, you know, like what is it?" And the next thing, mate, he starts unzipping his trousers. Then I'm like, "I'm not the dude for that, mate." I am not, like in the middle of the studio, man. He literally, and the studio was heaving as well. Unique Ink in the center of the shambles in York. It was heaving, and I was just like, "I am not that dude. I am not. No fucking chance, mate. No, thank you." What made you want to get that area tattooed, man? What was going on?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. It's just I thought, fuck it, why not? Bit of skin, ink it. But I've got my nutsack done as well. So pound signs, dollar signs, euro, money bags.
Money bag. That makes sense, mate. Makes sense. Was you under the influence of anything at the time that you can?
No, not really. To be honest, just a bit of alcohol.
Fucking hell. Wow. No, mate. No. So you literally the only bit you don't have
is the face. Yeah, I'm not allowed the face. The wife won't let me do that.
What's Miss Strange says, what's tattooed on his member? Lol.
I've got enjoy.
Oh wow. Fucking nutter.
Yeah.
Oh mate, love it. So obviously you started getting heavily tattooed in like 2010. I mean, obviously I briefly had a look at some of your tattoos, like in your pictures. You got was it just random bits you started getting, or did you start getting to like having a big full project done? Or
started off with sleeves, to be honest, and then it just went from there, just carried on and on. It's all Japanese based, and I think most of it's been done by the same artist. I think my back piece is done by somebody else, but it's all been done by one artist he's been in the game like 30, 40 years. I mean, he's an absolute legend, Dado Davis.
Nice,
mate.
Nice.
Yeah, he's top of his game, man. He was inking like started in the 80s, so he's proper old school ink, like.
Yeah, man. And then obviously, and that's the thing, like with the lads that started tattooing back in the day, is that it was a different kettle of fish. There was no internet, you know. There was no social media. So like for the boys to become somewhat well known through the fact of just the level of craft, you know, there's another level of respect to them, you know.
Oh, completely,
You know, on the other hand, also that they kind of frown upon the newer generation. You know, it's like they seem to almost sometimes I've noticed that some of them they forget where they came from and where they started,
Yeah,
and whether it be just a whether it just be a level of the fact that they don't like maybe how fast that they've progressed as quick as they did or something. I don't know, but obviously
yeah,
it's not for me to say.
it's kind of sort of it's a little bit political sort of thing, but
Yeah,
it's kind of one of them, and it just got to get on with it. But
yeah,
yeah, it's mad. It's mad how far it's all come as well. I mean,
yeah,
that's it. This is kind of a good segue really into how I got into the modelling side of it. Is because I got spotted at a tattoo convention by
okay.
a brand called Nasty Clothing,
Oh, nice
and
one.
that's where it more or less all started. He kind of he spotted me there, and he said like, "Dude, you got a cool look, man." He says, "You fancy doing a bit of modelling for my brand?" And I said, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, go on then." I didn't think much of it. I just thought, yeah, I've never done it before in my life.
Yeah,
And it just kind of went from there and it snowballed and it's just gone mad.
yeah, because
But
it's weird as well. Like, sorry to interrupt you there,
no,
Rich.
no,
Like,
no.
but it's like because like when you think of modeling, straight away you're thinking like, you know, like the first thing pops in the head is like as you see like all these women wanting to be models and that, and effectively a model is a model. You're modeling a clothing brand
Yeah.
or whatever it is. Like, did it feel like modeling? That's for pansies. Did there or was any of that or like, do you know like all that I'm not
Uh,
very good with the right words, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah.
was there a bit of that at the beginning? Like, oh, you're a model, you know, oh,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Because you obviously you get different types of models. You get your
Yeah,
chiseled, good looking boys. Like, I mean, I ain't that by far. I'm more of like an alternative sort of model.
yeah.
So you know, so you got all your different sections. Like, I mean, I was going to say you ain't going to see me on a front cover, but I've already been there and done that. So it's
Oh, you've been on the front cover.
yeah, in
Sick,
Greece.
man. Oh, wicked,
Yeah,
wicked.
mate. I was stoked about that as well. That come out of the blue. But
Oh, that's
yeah.
sick. Elaborate on that, mate, if you will, if you don't mind.
Oh well, I went for a photo shoot with just a guy, just to get some images. He messaged me, says, you know, do you want to do a bit of work together? And I says, yeah, go for it. We'll see what we can do. And we just kind of done some shoots and stuff. And then he sent me over a load of like images back, and I was stoked with them. And then he kind of sent over, we've got you on the front cover. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, cool. And then he sent that over, and it was, oh mate, it looks mint,
Oh,
black
awesome.
and white. Yeah, I was like, oh, I was super stoked with that. But
Oh, that sounds mint, mate. Like for me, like with the whole. I mean, obviously, I've got a tattoo page my work is that I've done, and in not one picture do you see my face. Like this whole for me, being able to sit in front of a camera, obviously as the fact is now, like people think like I'm killing it because I'm so fucking on it all the time. Like I just post, and I still, mate. I mean, I can show you I could scroll through my phone right now, and you can see the same. Almost looks like the same videos, about 10 attempts sometimes. Right, I still get really nervous in front of a camera. I find this easy because I'm just talking to you.
yeah,
I mean, tonight's like it's great. Like already the interaction in the chats is, it's great, and I appreciate everybody. Like Snoop's the guy that did my finger
yeah.
tattoos.
Is that
Obviously that was
Josh?
no, that's a guy called mate, he's watching as well. I'm fucking shit with
Yeah.
names.
Oh, what's
I
his?
just call him Snoop. I just call him Snoop. Baz. Sorry, Snoop. Sorry, Baz. Sorry, dude. I'm shit with names. Shit with
Yeah, mate.
names.
I am, to be honest. I know
Um,
that. I know that Joe's watching and Gemma. I can see him on the thing. So
that's cool. That's
yeah,
cool. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, and this is what I mean. Like, and it's even. I mean, for me, even when there's no people, I've had podcasts where there's been no people. I know that it picks up after, and the fact that random people will message me and go, "Keep doing what you're doing. It's great." That's
yeah,
enough for me. Like we're saying off air, for me, the podcast just started because I felt there was a gap for the dude that, like, at the end of the day, there surely will be more people in your industry, but let's say, for example, not that I believe that even following should be a ranking system, but why should the person that's been picked up by Discovery Channel as a model, for example, why should he have more time and appreciation and recognition as somebody like yourself that, let's say, you only have a handful of followers compared to him? Like, at the end of the day, I wanted to be the dude that come in and gave you the equal amount of time and respect that you deserve. Because at the end of the day, you're still in the craft, you're still in the industry, you're still supporting tattooists, supporting clothing brands. It's incredible what you're doing. Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it's like I completely agree with you, because it's kind of, I've got the same sort of thing. Whoever I work for or do shoots for, whether they're a big brand or a small brand, say like Cutthroat, they've only just started out, and I mean, the great guys. But obviously, I've done exactly the same, whether a big brand or a small brand. I've done exactly the same for across the board, really, because everyone deserves the same. If you know what I mean. So
yeah, exactly. I mean, and obviously, to the people that are watching on Instagram, do apologize. It's not that we're ignoring you. It's just that StreamYard, the provider of the streaming, doesn't allow us to engage directly on the screen that we're looking at. So, like, if you do want to get more involved in the actual comments and stuff like that, you can go onto YouTube and watch the stream, or Facebook. However, me and Rich do have our phones at hand to read the comments live on Instagram. So we, as and when we can, we will. So we're not ignoring anybody.
Gemma says hi. So, hey, Gemma.
Hi, Gemma. Nice to have you on there. Thanks for taking your time. So anyway, back to the whole. So you got first reached out for modeling. What year was this when you first?
This is only like last year. Probably just a little bit before. New, yeah. I haven't been doing it too long. It's probably just over a year I've been doing it, really. And yeah, it's gone mad. I'm enjoying it, to be honest. It's insane, and I'm getting different things. Like I said, like tomorrow I've got an interview for life modeling and stuff like that. So yeah, that's going to be interesting as well. So obviously getting nude and stuff.
I couldn't do it, mate. I couldn't do it.
You know, yeah, this is kind of my worry. I mean, if you get lumped up, it's going to be an awkward one. It's just kind of
I mean, mate, but I mean, on the other hand, they do say like the comfort zone in life is the worst place to be. Do you know what I mean? I mean, and this is like for me, like pushing myself here, like I realize I think I said in a few podcasts, and I'm sorry for kind of going off a bit, but I've learned more about myself, being that I have to listen back to myself. That you kind of pushing yourself out your comfort zone and being able to continue doing it. So like for you, obviously putting yourself in a room where people are going to be drawing you naked like that. I don't think it probably gets any more awkward than that. I mean, from there on, like, mate, you're going to be rolling in a Lambo next year because now you're comfortable to be all over OnlyFans. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, you know what? I wouldn't rule that one out. I have spoken to my wife about this, and it's kind of, I ain't ruling nothing out.
Oh, mate, at the end of the day, you got to do what you got to do, you know?
This is it.
So when we see Rich sprawled all over the front of a Lambo, we know what decision he made.
Yeah, boy.
Yep. But yeah, no, that's sick, man. So like a year, I mean, and how many I mean, obviously, well, say how many companies, we can kind of get an idea from behind you, from the clothing hanging up behind you that you've worked with.
It's kind of
that's crazy.
Yeah, over 30 odd brands kind of was last year I worked with, and currently I think I'm up to 10 I've worked with so far. But yeah, there's still stuff coming in. I'm shooting next week for Ink DC. They got a new drop. But yeah, I think end of February I'm shooting for True Vibes with them. So yeah, I've got stuff coming in. I've got March. I'm booked in for March. A couple of shoots in March for a boxer brand, which is
okay,
pretty rad, to be honest.
A boxer. Sorry, stupid question. A boxer as in a boxer brand, or a
No, no,
boxer
no,
as in
boxer as in
undies?
underwear.
Right. Okay. Cool.
I've done stuff for like Oddballs and On That Ass. I've done a couple of images for them. But this is a new brand that's setting up, and it's they're called Box Air.
Okay.
And they've got an advert going on Instagram at the moment. And, oh, mate, it's funny.
Is it?
Whoever's done their marketing ads, they've got a sense of humour,
Oh,
definitely.
and that's what's needed, man.
Yeah, oh yeah. But I'm looking forward to shooting for them. Got a few more magazine stuffs coming up, but yeah, it's we're getting there. Like we're getting there. So
No, mate. I mean, fuck. I mean, it's something, and that's what I said to you, like off air. Like, I'm massively intrigued because like it's not something that I see myself doing, but like I'm intrigued in the respect that you are fundamentally starting to channel, starting to create a road in your life that you hopefully continuing will fundamentally be able to leave your 9 to 5 if that's something you wanted to do.
Oh
Not
yeah,
that
oh
not
yeah,
that I'm asking that, but
yeah,
however,
hell
you
yeah.
know, it's, do you know what I mean? And that's my dream. Like with this, I've openly said it, openly, and I'll continue to say it. Like, I am not looking to monetize the podcast because it stands for what it stands for. However, I do want to fundamentally build bikes on my YouTube channel. Not that I am a pro builder. My biggest inspiration for YouTube was Matt Armstrong, the guy that builds supercars. Like, if you've seen him, come across him, a lot of people have. He's killing it on YouTube.
Yeah.
He rebuilds smash damaged supercars, but he openly admits, like, look, I'm not a mechanic. I'm just doing I'm doing what I enjoy and giving it a go. So do you know what? I thought the same. Like, I've built some bikes, been very lucky to build some bikes, got an amazing group of friends around me, and I'll park my bike up and people take pictures, and it's like, and people take pictures and then they ask what it is, and then for me, like, I get more satisfaction knowing that they don't know what it is, because I'm like, mate, if I can do it to that level, and they're not asking because it looks like a bag of shit, they're asking because they're intrigued. Do you know what I mean? If it was a bag of shit, you'd walk past it. Mate, I've even had coppers looking at it and I'm thinking, oh, here we fucking go. And they didn't even look at the number plate. So it means that they were actually intrigued by the bike, and again, like with that, like, I'm the dude that'll cut up a bed frame and use it as an exhaust. So same thing, like, just because I don't have a budget for a Harley, I mean, I can't afford a Harley. I can't afford Harley parts, let alone a Harley. But however, does that mean that I don't have the same right to be on the platforms and represent what I am? Absolutely, I do. And that's not arrogance. That's just me knowing that if you are passionate about what you're in and what you believe, that's all that matters.
Oh hell yeah, definitely. I mean, my sport, I love it. Absolutely love it. I love riding it. It's just loud and fucking obnoxious, but it just looks good, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, I'm guessing that's your sporty that's in the photo shoot that you did with Cutthroat Monkey.
Yeah, that's the one.
Going through the cemetery. Yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, that come out a lot sicker than I thought. I had the idea for it, and I thought it'd look mint, but yeah, it come out hella good, to be honest.
Yeah, that's cool, man. That is cool. So obviously, like, what's it? So where, obviously, we know that you start getting tattooed at a young age. Where did the bikes come in? Like, what was,
Well, the bike thing. I mean, I always wanted to ride a bike, but it's kind of, I thought, I'll end up killing myself. But I ended up meeting my wife, and she rode.
Cool.
So it kind of come from there, because I was sick of turning up on the back of her, and everyone just looking, going, okay.
We see how this is.
So it was kind of, fuck it, I got to get myself a bike.
Awesome.
So
awesome. What does she write? I mean, we've got somebody here, Rich. How do you maintain such a majestic beard?
with a lot of love and care, and to be honest, this stuff, it's mankind, man-made. Sorry, man-made beard company. They got some good stuff, man. Done some stuff for them, but yeah, that's the way it's going to keep it. The only thing it's not doing is keeping the greys out.
I was like I said, I think I mentioned to you in the DMs, like, is there any so obviously I've been lucky enough to kind of started working with Robin Hood Beer Company. But
Yeah.
they support the followers build section, and I say support. They don't sponsor it, so there's not actually any monetary gains or any free products. And rightly so, I pay for my stuff. I just wanted somebody that was on the same page as what I'm doing. So with the followers build, it was, again, everything's kind of like, I just want to give everybody a platform that they feel that believes in what they stand for.
Yeah.
So, if you're a shed builder and all you can do is buy parts off eBay, and not that there's anything wrong with that, because fucking half of my stuff's built off eBay. That's a platform, and that's why I was lucky enough to get Dave involved and supporting it, in the respect that he offers an exclusive discount to anybody that even if you're not building a bike, and he shares stuff as and when he can, because I wanted to kind of create a platform that made it feel more serious. So trying to give like that feeling of like a magazine type feeling, like fucking hell, if you reach it to a magazine, they appreciate what you've done. And that's the feeling that I want to give people that want to share their projects. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, you need to give them the voice as well, like, so it's cool, because I mean, this is my first ever podcast sort of thing. So and the other week you had Shred and Butter on, didn't you?
Sick, mate. They're fucking nutters.
Yeah,
they are nuts.
I was watching it, and mate, it was just like, I'm going to go on that, and them boys have been on it. It's just like madness.
Do you know what I mean? And to be honest, again, it's like everybody's being so fucking humble. I mean, I was talking to Jim the day before, the dude sat in the middle on Shred and Butter.
Yeah.
I believe the dude that's steering the ship, I don't think he is the ship. I think every one of them have such a critical, crazy part in what they're doing. And I said to Jim the day before, like, I came across Shred and Butter through simply strolling through reels. I genuinely, whether people want to believe me or not, I didn't know. I don't watch normal television as well as a lot of people don't anymore. I didn't know that they'd been on Channel 4. And and because I can't afford Discovery Channel, I don't watch Full Metal Junkies on Discovery. I was scrolling through the reels, and who the fuck doesn't love an American bus converted to a camper?
Yeah, mate, that's sick, isn't it?
Do you know what I mean? And I looked at that and I was like, fucking hell, that's sick. And then I clicked on it, and obviously, as you know, and everyone knows how the algorithm works, it takes you to the next bit. And then all of a sudden, I just saw a shitload of banter between a group of mates, and I thought, fucking hell, that looks sick. And obviously, as you know, we all have a similar look with beards and tattoos and the way we kind of present ourselves, generally speaking. I thought, these dudes are fucking awesome. Then I got talking to them. Then I obviously start doing a bit more research, just so I don't look like a fucking idiot on a camera. I'm going, so what do you do then?
Yeah.
And then I realized, I was like, I mean, as soon as I messaged Jim, or as soon as I messaged Shred and Butter, they dropped me a DM with the mobile number. I said, give me a call. And then after that, and I was at work, so I was on a break, and I only had like a 15-minute break. So I was like, all right, quickly spoke to him. Then I went on my dinner break later on, and I actually got time to actually sit down and actually start digging into kind of what they're about. And I'm thinking, fuck me. I'm like, fuck me. I've just spoke. These dudes are working with Puma. They've got connections with Monster Energy. They're fucking. They got their own TV program on Full Metal Junkie on Discovery. They're fucking hanging out with Johnny Vegas, and I'm like, and that's only and then they built the camper van for Hardest Geezer, who's huge all over the internet, running the length of Africa, and I'm like, fucking hell, like, wow. And I know I'm wabbling on. I just, as you can tell, I'm fucking excited.
The thing is, they're humble as fuck as well.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? And I messaged them the night before, and I was like, Jim, look, I'm not. And I very quickly, I kind of felt out my depth with them. I was like, Jim, I'm not the dude that's gonna get you, anything that kind of you rightly have earned.
Yeah.
And he just messaged back to like, mate, don't be stupid. Like, all it takes is one person. He said, and that's not what it's about. He said, but you got to remember, he says, all it takes is one person to see this. The right person that needs to connect with you, and everything can change.
Yeah.
And I was like, fucking hell, it's so like, and that's not the first moment I've had like that. Like, I've obviously I got to interview Pat Patterson from Led Customs, and I knew that Pat's work was sick.
Yeah.
And I knew of his work on and off, but I never realized how respected Pat is in the custom scene. And I almost feel like a bit wrong to say that, but I didn't realize how fucking big he is in the scene. I knew he was big because I know his work speaks for itself.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize how big. And I was like, and you start to get a couple of boys like that. Like, obviously, I've been lucky enough to interview Ollie from Ride Choppers or Die. I mean, Ollie's interviewed Jesse James from West Coast Choppers, and it's, and I get excited about them little, like the connections that I would never be able to make necessarily.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And it's same like how I came across you, like scrolling through, came across Cutthroat Monkeys, and then obviously saw your photo shoot, and I thought, and I pestered him to get on my podcast, and I know he's watching.
Yeah,
So he does need to fucking get on. He needs to get on.
Yeah, Yeah, Joe, you got to come on.
Yeah. And then
I want to see a comment. I want to see a comment, Joe.
He's there. We know he's there. We know he's watching on Instagram. So he does fucking need to. He needs to get on. I spoke to him a few times, waffling on about bikes. He's into his bikes as well, isn't he? But yeah, no, mate, it's been insane. I know I've been waffling on a bit too much, really. It's kind of about you, but
that's all good, man. One day's put one day.
Too right. Crack on, mate. Get on. Let's do it.
Put your big boy pants on, son.
Yeah. If you can get your elbow down, now if that is you in that picture, long as there's no, if that is you on his personal profile where he's got his elbow on the floor on a bike on a track, you can get on a fucking podcast, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So back to your journey with because I'm intrigued. Like, do you have an agent? Do you just do it all on yourself? Like, how does it go?
Currently I'm doing it all myself. But yeah, I am looking to try and sort an agent out. But that's probably my next step, to be honest. But yeah, currently it's just me badgering people, to be honest.
So that's how I do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, a lot of people are already starting to come over, seeing the images I've already done, and people are hitting me up. Fancy doing some stuff. I had a brand called Dead Star Clothing. They hit me up. I mean, they've got some nice stuff. It's literally, they've got loads. He sent over like 40 t-shirts that I could choose from. So, and he's still got a back catalogue of other stuff. So
wow.
Yeah, he's got some cool stuff. But yeah, they come out of the blue, really, people sometimes, and then obviously the ones that I already harass and be like, come on, let me do a collab with you. But yeah, I mean, there's loads of cool brands out there. I mean, I've tagged a lot of them in on today's podcast that I've got stuff hitting behind me. So it's yeah, I mean, there's a cool, check this bad boy out.
Oh man, that's sick. That's knitted, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's crocheted. I think this is from a company called Black and Heart, and they've got some cool stuff, man. So yeah, this little dude. They sent this little dude. He's wicked, man. But I think when they were doing it, I think they were doing some charity stuff. So a lot of the money that they were getting for this was literally just going half its charity.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, it's cool. We're working with a lot of brands are doing a lot of other stuff, such as like mental health and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which is I'm definitely on board for. Is stuff like that. It's something people don't really talk about a lot, and especially being heavily tattooed and big beard and stuff. People have got the perception of that you're not going to talk about stuff like that, and that's why I enjoy getting involved with stuff like this.
Yeah, for sure, man.
It's
for sure.
Yeah,
so like like now you've kind of brought that up. Like, I mean, I'm a massive believer in like it's okay not to be okay, but where I feel that I'm slightly different to a lot of what I feel that England has to offer in the respect of moving forward. I feel that England promotes you to stay not being okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I say England in the respect that anyone that's heard my story so far and people that know me know I fucking drain the fuck out of everybody about how I spent 10 years of my childhood, from the age of 9 till 19. I grew up in Spain. I was very, very lucky to grow up on the Costa del Sol. And so that's why I say England in the respect of, it's a shame how they push pills on people, and they, like, you know, at the end of the day, the hardest bit is for you to admit to yourself and to accept that there is something not right. Now that's the hardest bit. So the way I look at it is, if you've got yourself in a position that you are able to reach out to somebody and talk about how you feel, and like you said, just because you are heavily tattooed and you look like a mean ass motherfucker doesn't mean that you don't feel shit. But all of a sudden they repay you by going, there you are, like, there's a pill. And you know, as we said off air, like, conspiracy, man, I'm down for fucking conspiracies. I'll tell you something, right? It's scientifically proven, right? The lack of vitamin D is fatigue, joint ache, anxiety, and it triggers so much. And this is a natural substance, right? The UK naturally lacks vitamin D. And do you know what I mean? Like, why aren't we going, look, all right, you're in a bad place, right? What do you need? How do we, you know, I mean, like you said, that company that you're working with, they're trying to push forward, but unfortunately, the average Joe, doesn't seem to look at a company that are doing an amazing job. But you say the name's Blackheart?
Black and Heart. They've done stuff. There's them.
Do you know what I mean?
There's quite a few. There's Stand Supreme. It's like they're a car modded sort of brand. That they do a lot with mental health, and so do a brand called Root Cause. They do a lot. There's a lot. You know, it's good to see, and True Vibes, they do a lot of stuff with the mental health. Like you say,
unfortunately, it takes for effectively a small group of people, and I don't mean that disrespectfully to anybody, in the respect that the average Joe unfortunately listens to the government. You know, why is it small companies that, you know, are trying to build something that are getting hammered by the same system, i.e. the government taking their tax money, whilst they're not only trying to provide for themselves and family and employees and help people. You know, it's a shame that, do you know what I mean? It's incredible what people are doing, but it's a shame that the average Joe won't listen to the guys that are trying to do that. You know, I'm probably the worst person at the point I'm trying to make. I just hope people are getting my point. You know? Do you know what I mean?
I know what you're saying.
It's like you say, mental health, and that it's a slippery, dangerous slope, and it's such a shame that people do feel that they're in a position that they can't fucking move forward on it. And everyone's DMs are open, man. I mean, I've said it before. You know, I'm here. I'll fucking talk to anybody.
That's the thing. That's it. You just need to be in here. Just listen, eh?
Yeah, like we just got like Mike Ball. Like, I tell you what, this dude that's just jumped on here now, right? I talk a lot to Mike. He does what I do in America, but he's doing it at a bigger scale. Right. Now, Mike lost his leg in a bike accident, and that dude, and I apologize, Mike, if I got the dates wrong, but that dude in less than 6 months, 100% went from losing his leg to riding a bike again. You know, that's not inspiring. You know, if that isn't inspiring, I mean, and like recently he put up a video, first time since losing his leg, that he was in a skating rink, rollerblading. He's not rollerbladed since he lost his leg. You know, obviously he's got a prosthetic leg and that, but he's put the dates 28 days. 28 days after losing his leg, he was back out on a bike. But again, same again, like I talk a lot to Mike because I admire anybody that inspires. Do you know, like I was so fascinated to talk to you because the way I look at it is probably a bit of a weird thing that some like obviously, like you said, there are models in all aspects, but you don't really necessarily just see a heavily tattooed, mean looking dude that promotes being a model. You know, it's massively intriguing.
Exactly. It's, you know, I'm always one for trying to push different boundaries and stuff like that. But I mean, there's other models out there that are heavily tattooed like me. I mean, there's people like Oh My Days, Aaron. he's I mean, he's doing some good stuff at the moment. And I always kind of look up to him because before I started doing it, I was following him, and then I met him at a photo shoot last year, I think it was, a Modern Street apparel photo shoot, and met him there, and I was just like, I would follow him. It was a weird thing, but yeah, there's other dudes out there doing it. It's just, I'm just trying to slip in and see where it goes. I mean, every day I'm just winging it. To be fair, I ain't gonna lie to you.
And there's nothing wrong with that, mate. I mean, and to be fair, it makes more of a man to openly say, do you know what? I am fucking winging it. I mean, anyone that listened to the podcast with Shred and Butter, and obviously you were aware of that, listen to them dudes, like they do the same. I mean, obviously they know what they're doing in the respect of creating an incredible bus, but like Jim says, like the business takes them where it wants to go. They just follow, and like you said, I mean, at the end of the day, I almost think that I think when you start to dive into successful people, there is that element of humbleness. There has to be that element of humbleness. And like, at the end of the day, you're only a year in and you worked with what, 30 companies? Was it
30 brands last year? Yeah.
And how cool is that? Do you know what I mean? How
it's insane.
Cool is that?
Like I said to you off air, it's only when I've got the stuff down and set it all up, and then, like you said, stood back and gone, whoa, kind of hit me and gone, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You're making some moves, like, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
And that's it. And what was crazy for, like, so obviously no one would have heard our conversation off air. Like, what is it I said, Rich? I said the average person on my podcast after goes, do you know what? I almost didn't realize how much I've achieved. And as I was explaining it, you literally went, do you know what, Josh? As I was prepping all my stuff to lay up behind to kind of show like what I'm doing, like you said it like I didn't fucking realize, and that for me is like, it makes me feel so fucking like to know that it would have made you feel like fucking hell, mate. Good on you.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, that's a cool feeling. Do you know what I mean? It's a fucking cool feeling. And definitely. So like, let's get back to when your first photo shoot. What did it feel like? What was like? What did you feel awkward? Did you feel like was there a moment of I'm not gonna do it?
No, I've never really been one for like backing out of anything, stuff like that. But yeah, it was just it was a bit weird. I ain't gonna lie. It's just like how to position yourself and stuff like that. And like I said, I've looked up to other models that are heavily tattooed and just try and get a few pointers and stuff like that. Because you always try and have someone to look up to do stuff, but then obviously you've got to start branching out and then doing your own shit. So you kind of put your own spin on stuff. So that sure, I'm currently that's I'm in the process of that sort of thing of where I'm trying to seeing where it goes and what.
So are you in the process of kind of stamping your style?
Yeah, I'm kind of in the process. It's a working process, let's say. But yeah, it's like I say, I'm just kind of winging it, and it seems to be working at the moment. So, like it says, 30 brands last year.
Pinch yourself moments.
Yeah, it's like I've obviously doing something right because people are still sending stuff and messaging me saying, look, we've got a new drop coming. Do you want to jump on it and do some stuff? I mean, I've done some stuff with Root Cause for a Halloween shoot. Mate, and it was amazing because they give me free reign of whatever I wanted to do with it. So obviously in my little head, I was like, oh, what can we do? So we decided to go and get a big ass pumpkin and carve it out and then stick it on my napper. So, and it turned out my wife actually done the details and all on it and stuff.
Wow.
And it come out pretty rad, to be honest. And the brand absolutely loved it. And to be honest, it come out a lot better than I thought as well. So, it's things like that, having a creative idea and then seeing it come to life. As well.
Yes. So we got Snoop's asking, what do you think about face tattoos? And that's actually a good question because I noticed I noticed that you don't have your face tattooed.
Yeah. First of all, I mean, I'm not against them. It's as long as they're executed right. I mean, because a lot of people are doing like just putting crap on the face at the moment. It
Yeah,
seems to be.
yeah. And I
But
think that that's an attention-seeking thing, to be honest. And that's no disrespect to anybody. Like, I think that, like you say, if it's crap, if it's artwork, it's artwork.
yeah,
You
if
know,
it's, I mean,
if it's
I'm all
personal,
up
it's
for it.
personal.
Yeah, I'm all up for it. It's as long as it's executed right, really. I mean,
Yeah,
each to
but
their
for,
own.
for, for
Everyone's
the
got their
fact of
own.
just having one, on your face to make that statement of "look at me,"
Yeah,
it's like, do you
yeah,
really need to do that? Do you know what I mean?
yeah. It all depends for the reason as well. Like you
Yeah,
said, it's if you're heavily tattooed and then you go on your face, it's probably because you've got nowhere else left to do. But
yeah,
if you've got no tattoos and then you just got one on your face, it's kind of
yeah,
why didn't you just have one on your arm then?
yeah.
Type
Because I mean,
thing.
like working in the studio, like I have people come in want my hand tattooing, and straight away, you obviously, generally speaking, you can see the forearms, for example. Obviously, in the winter, you might not necessarily see the forearms, but I'll be like, have you got any tattoos? And they're like, no, no, no. I want my hand doing. And I'm like, do you know what? Do you really want to get your hand tattooed? And they're like, yeah, yeah,
Job
yeah. And I'm
stoppers, aren't
like,
they?
and that's what I say. I say to people, and I'm like, look, I know obviously me and you, we both got hands tattoos, got fingers tattooed. You know, I'm not heavily tattooed because I ran out of money. But I'm saying to people, like, you do realize that getting your hand tattooed is a lifestyle commitment change. And they're like, nah,
Yeah,
nah, nah. And I'm
100%.
like, it is, you know, it really is. Like, if you know that this life is for you 100% and you're in it for the culture, like, I mean, for me, I grew up around the MC culture. So I like that rebelness,
Yeah,
outlaw, middle finger to society thing, kind of how I feel about the system in general. You know,
yeah,
I adhere more to the rules because it's more convenient. My missus prefers it that way. Otherwise, I'd be like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
um, but yeah, and that for me is I don't have my face. I have none on my face. I mean, I want to get my head tattooed. I'd love to get all my head done. But yeah, you know, it's so why haven't you got your face done? Just because it's just not
yeah. My wife won't let me. Is
right.
the
Oh,
yeah. Because I mean, like for my head tattoo, when I decided to get my head done, she didn't want me to get that done. So in our house, we have a system of everything's resolved with rock paper scissors. So that's how that got sorted, and I
she
won. So
lost.
yeah, man. So yeah, it's a unique way of resolving stuff, but it gets the job done.
Oh, that's cool, man. That's so on. So I said about getting my head done because obviously I'm bald, like
Yeah,
fucking hair fucked off. I always say on my missus I had hair. I was skinny and I had hair before I met her, and she says that that's not the truth, you know. But I want my head doing like all artwork and that. Like, what was it like getting your head tattooed?
yeah, it was painful.
Was
I
it?
ain't gonna lie. Yeah, it you definitely need to lie down after it. It's yeah, gives you a damn headache, but
Okay, now.
it's
And
got to be
how
done. I
long
mean,
did you
it,
tattoo the hair back on?
yeah,
So,
it was a gift to be honest from my tattoo artist.
oh wow.
Um, yeah, I know what a gift. For my birthday, my 40th birthday, like, and he was like, yeah, I'll gift you that. So I was stoked with that.
You have it done in one session?
No, oh god, no, I had it done in I think it was 3 sessions. But yeah, it was brutal,
Yeah, mate.
especially the
I mean,
top.
it looks sick though. It looks sick.
Yeah, yeah, it was definitely yeah, it was an experience, let's say.
Yeah, so we got Snoops put my wife won't let me. Same with me and my hand, but I did it anyway. And he's also said about he wanted to tattoo me today. I don't look to my WhatsApp. I do it, mate. I'm sorry. Yeah, trying to. I got family members going, "Why are you ignoring me?" You know, I've tried ringing you, and I'm like, "Look, I can't." You know, I'm on like because obviously you know yourself, Messenger. You click Messenger, and there's like your personal page, and then there's like
Yeah,
whatever else you've got going on. You know, it's just fucking trying to keep up with people. You know, it's a good problem to have. It certainly is a good problem to have trying to keep up with everyone. But Yeah, no, that's so you can't get your face tattooed because she won't let you. So is this a rock paper scissors situation? And let's all right, if you was
No,
to get your face tattooed, what would you get?
I don't know. I've not really thought about it because obviously I'm not allowed. Because it's no rock paper scissors involved. It's like no, you're not getting it done. But yeah, I don't know. I've never really thought about it, to be honest. I mean, I've done stuff like I've had like the lip inside of the lip done, and the tongue, but that didn't stay. It's just got little blotches on it now. But I had bite me tattooed on my tongue.
Fucking hell.
But yeah, it's mad stuff. Like backs of the ears and stuff I've had done, and just literally full on covered.
Yeah. What was the most
But yeah,
painful?
I'd possibly say ribs and arse cheeks.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and obviously the head, but
Yeah.
that's just
Yeah,
standard.
I've only got like half an arm, fingers inside that leg that I did myself, and that fucking mate, tattooing yourself is. I mean, I know like Baz said that he tattooed his hand, like it's hands don't hurt to me, fingers don't hurt.
No,
My
it
most
stings more.
painful to date, mate, is the wrist. That's for me is the most painful so far. Is the inner part of the wrist
Yeah,
here.
well,
That
that's the
ripped.
thing because everyone's wired up different with the nerve system and stuff. So where it hurt me somewhere, it wouldn't hurt you if
Yeah.
you get what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mad because when you talk to different people, they're like, "Oh, it hurt me here," and I'm thinking, "Really?" But everyone's a bit different now on the pain threshold and everything. And the thing that's doing me at the moment is the numbing cream. Everyone's jumping on this numbing cream.
Yeah. I don't. What's your thoughts on that?
No pain, no gain is what it is.
Yeah.
That's what
I'm a
I've
big.
always done.
Yeah.
I've never had any sort of numbing cream or anything.
Yeah.
I just don't see why. Obviously, there's a market for it and stuff, and obviously, someone's going to be making some money somewhere. But I just don't see. Pain tattoos are painful. Just
Yeah.
man up.
I'm a big believer in you got. I'm a big believer in you got to earn them. Like,
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I think my missus used numbing cream once. I mean, I fucking. Oh, this one, right? So I put so she tried some numbing cream and we put the patch of numbing cream on her leg, and I fucking put the stencil on, and she stood there and she goes, "All right, we're ready." I'm like, "No." She goes, "Why?" I was like, "I don't like the placement." Right? We'd used numbing cream. So there's no more left. So I moved the fucking stencil and about that much of it is on the numbing cream. The rest of it's on normal fucking skin, mate. Inside of the leg, mate. And she fucking
Oh,
earned all of that tattoo. And I fucking tattooed the whole inside of her leg with that much worth of numbing cream. She was like, "You fucking bastard." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, but at the end of the day, it didn't look right where I was going to place it.
yeah, it's got to look right. So
Yeah. But she's fallen asleep. I tattooed her shin for 9 hours. I did the whole front of her shin because I'm a slow as fuck tattooist. I mean, Basil vouch for that because I'm fucking painfully slow. I tattooed her shin for 9 hours and she fell asleep, mate. I did a kneecap for 5 hours. I did dot work mandala, which is the first time I've ever done dot work, and stayed in really well. Surprisingly, anyone, as you know, it doesn't. Any areas where the skin takes a hammer, it doesn't stay in very well. But I was so surprised how well her knee stayed in. And 5
I mean,
hours on her knee, mate.
well, the dot work stuff is a slow process anyway. But yeah, like you say, things like knees, elbows, they you got to kind of get it in, ain't you?
You do, which I didn't expect it to. I mean, I did say to her, like, look, there's a chance that it's gonna need to go back over. I mean, I want to go back on it because I want to do like a drop shadow to create, like, give it an illusion of another layer. So I do want to go back on it, but she's I think she suffers with her back, so she's like, fucking. I'm like, when are we going to tattoo you again? She's like, oh. I'm like, you fucking fanny. She keeps saying to me, oh no, mate, she can hear me. She can hear me in the other room. This is nothing that. Oh wait, fucking mate. Sometimes she drops in on the comments and she'll make a comment because, like, obviously I am shit in front of a camera, so I go, "What's happening, people?" And she'll come to the door and she'll go, "What's happening, people?" I'm like, "Fuck off!" Like, trying not to while she's there trying to distract me. But yeah, she says that she wants to tattoo me. She wants to tattoo an outline of a dick on the inside of my leg, going down to my knee, saying "I wish."
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
but
don't see how that's gonna go down.
no, that's what she wants to do on me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
no, you know. But we've gone massively off topic here, so we need to
Okay.
get back on topic. So with with regards to like the companies that you work with, like do they how does it work? As in, like, do you agree on, like, obviously I'm not diving into like the financial
Yeah.
side of it now, but you agree on a set price? Do they give you clothing generally? You get to
Basically, yeah.
keep it.
The way I've been doing it with a lot of the brands is they send the products they want shooting. I get them shot and they use the images for websites, promotional purposes, really. So
Okay,
and I just get to keep the garments and product stock for doing the
awesome.
shoot, like.
So
But
you generally in charge? Sorry. Are you generally like you set the tone for things, or do they like, look, Rich, we want this type of vibe, or are you like, look, this is what I want to do, blah 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 blah, bang.
a lot of them, I get kind of a lot. I do get like artistic loss, so I can just do whatever. They just send the stuff, and I do ask a lot of the brands. Um, you know, if you got a briefing of what you want doing, then just let me know. But a lot of the time, it's just kind of just go out there and get the stuff shot, like. But yeah, it's. I mean, like I said, I've got a lot of stuff behind me, and like I said, when I stood back and looked at it, it's like wow. But eventually, I've got to kind of look at obviously sort of getting paid to do it, if you know what I mean, because I can't keep
Okay,
on getting stuff, a lot of stuff, and 'cause, eventually I won't be able to wear it all.
right, right. So
But
at the moment, they just give you the clothing you like to wear, and so
yeah,
are you not actually making a living at it, like finance? You're not making money, proper money yet. Then
no, no, not at all. It's just kind of just getting out there really at the moment and
okay,
working. Obviously, working with all these brands is amazing. Like, but yeah, I think eventually I was talking to a photographer the other day doing a shoot, and he says at some point you've got to look at stop with like getting the products and obviously trying to generate some sort of
yeah,
wage for it.
yeah,
But obviously, like I said to him, it's a bit daunting really because I've only been doing it so a year. It's kind of like, well, it's working the way it is at the moment. So why fix if it isn't broken, if you know what I mean?
right.
But obviously, he has got a point. If you want to start, like you said, if you want to change it from a 9 to 5 and make it a living, you've got to look at
Yeah.
some form of
Well, it's like
income.
Mike's just said. It's just like Mike said there. I mean, he's been at the social media thing for years. I mean, he makes a good video about monetization and things, and he says quite often it ain't for the faint-hearted. If you're just in it just for a quick thing, it ain't
Yeah,
gonna work. I mean, it's crazy to think like Mike's tuned in from California, from Orange County. Well, I believe I'm not
okay.
very good with America, so I apologize, Mike. But Mike's watching live now from America, and which for me is crazy just to have
Yeah,
somebody
that's
on the
awesome.
other side of the world. But yeah, 16 years he's been at it, and I think obviously it does look easy from the outside. So it's really really intriguing to hear like your thoughts on how do you feel you're going to take that next step.
Next step, like I said, I haven't really thought it through. I'm
Right,
just kind of just rolling with it.
just trying to.
Yeah, so it's kind of like I haven't made a decision of how to do it, but I suppose it's just let's see where it goes and just if it happens, it happens. Then
Well, I
we'll
mean,
cross that bridge.
everything's surely there to do it, Rich, isn't it? Because at the end of the day, you've worked with 30 companies, and people aren't going to give you stuff for nothing in the respect that they didn't think you've obviously got something they want. Otherwise, they're not going to hand over clothing. 'Cause clothing's not
Well, yeah,
free.
yeah, completely.
It's so obviously it it's just like you say, it's just making that next. I
Yeah,
mean, it's
then
kind
the
of like
next,
the same for me. I don't know where to go next. I'm not looking for sponsorship for the podcast, but obviously, I would like to provide a living for my family with my
yeah.
channel. And I have no idea what I do next.
Yeah. It's one of them. It's obviously you just got to same as the situation I'm in. Really, just roll with it and see where it goes. Because, like you said, you don't know what doors are going to open. Like if I hadn't worked with Cutthroat, you wouldn't have saw me. So it's kind of
exactly. It's
stuff like that.
crazy, and that, like you say, that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, there are brands that I'm I do want to work with, bigger brands. Like, I mean, like P&Co and stuff like that, and Rum Knuckles, I wouldn't mind working with. But I mean, Rum Knuckles, they've got Tom Hardy doing some of the modelling. I ain't going to compete with that, am I?
Yeah, but but that's the thing though. When you listen to anything that Tom Hardy's done, obviously, people appreciate his humbleness. I mean, some reason my missus seems to be intrigued in every film he's in. I don't know why, but
I don't know why.
No, it's like fucking hell. But at the end of the day, I think again, kind of what people appreciate about Tom Hardy is that the guy come from a fucking humble upbringing.
Yeah.
You see clips on social media where the dude's just walking down the street. Again, how fucking more humble can you get? I mean, I believe in one interview or somewhere he stated that the reason why he doesn't live in America or live abroad is because he loves the UK. One of my brother's friends trains with him. I think he keeps it on the down low, but they do train. So, and apparently, again, he's a fucking really humble guy.
Yeah. But that's a good thing, really, isn't it? At the end of the day, it's stupid to have that sort of platform and then just be a dick.
Yeah, but like where I was heading with it is like at the end of the day, Tom doesn't have a massive beard like you. So at the end of the day, no. But what I'm saying is like when it comes to you approaching that company, don't think, oh well, why are they not going to fucking talk to me? Well, at the end of the day, you're you, Tom.
I mean,
Tom,
don't
you know
get me wrong. I'm already in talks with them.
Yeah, good.
Sort of
That's sick, man.
So I've got a friend that kind of knows the guy that runs it, so I'm hoping to get in that way. But
that's awesome.
Yeah, they've seen my work already, so it's just getting round to working with them, sort of thing. So, like it says, I'm going in the right direction. It's just, I'm just taking it each day and then just seeing how it goes, to be honest.
Do you know, to me, mate, when I first saw a picture, I thought, this dude looks like a heavy tattooed version of the main dude out of ZZ Top. I thought, that's sick.
Yeah, mate,
have you had that before?
Yeah, oh mate, if I had a pound for every time I had that, I'd have like £2.
Really? So people don't say it then?
No, I do get it quite a lot. I've had people in the street shouting at me, and it's just like,
hey, that's a fucking compliment, man. He's one cool motherfucker, man.
Oh yeah, mate, ZZ Top were one of the first bands I ever saw as a kid.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Awesome, man. Awesome.
Yeah, cool, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like his music. I mean, I like you used to see him on. What did he come on? He'd randomly turn up. I'm sure it was Build or Bust with Russell Mitchell, XL Cycles. I don't know if do you remember that program years ago where you were an average dude that would tinker in your shed and you had 30 days to build a bike?
Right, yeah. You
remember it? I think he used to just appear then, like the lead. I'm sure it's that. There was a program where he was just a fan of either cars or bikes. I think it's the bikes. I can't remember, but he knew the owner of the garage, and then obviously he would just literally just turn up, just have a look. Do you know what I mean? I thought I could be getting it wrong, but someone else will know which one I'm about. But you would just see him. You'd see the lead singer, because I don't even know his name, but you'd just see him just fucking turn up at this garage just to have a look at something and then walk out, like speak to someone on the camera and then just say, right, I'm off again, see you later. It's like, fucking, that's cool,
Yeah, so just reading the comments, Snoop's kind of put, Tom Hardy can't grow a beard. So,
well,
it took me long enough to grow this one. So,
mate, how long? Because I've just hit a limit. Mine's just there.
Over 10 years it's took.
Really?
But, I've trimmed it down a little bit then, kind of. But yeah, mine's hit its limit now. It's not going any further. Because there's some dudes that I follow on Instagram that I think he's called Michael Legg. He's like a beard champion sort of thing, and his is like proper, real long.
Yeah.
he cut it off for charity, and then like within a year he grew
I
it
think
back
I've
to
seen
more.
it. He's a ginger beard as well, isn't he?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah,
Yeah, I've seen the video where he takes it all off. Yeah, that's
yeah, yeah.
crazy.
Oh, mate, yeah, it's crazy. And then like a year and a half later, it's back to where it was, and I'm like, how do you grow a beard that quick? It's like Homer Simpson style.
Fuck, mate, isn't it crazy how somewhere we have beard envy. Like, if you're into beards, like, you have fucking beard envy. Like me, I can't get anything here. It just fucking, like, if I go like that, I look like a fucking 18, like a 15-year-old kid that's just hit puberty. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just
mate.
a weird.
If I shaved this off, I'd look 12. But yeah,
But
and the wife would
I'm
kill me.
hiding my double shin. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
well,
fucking
I've got
hiding
no
double
top
chin,
lip,
mate.
so it's kind of hiding that.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. I'm like, so it's weird. I just got like 2 empty patches here, and then I get a little bit of fucking bum fluff there, and then I got everything's fine here. Nothing up on the fucking cheeks, so I can get some shape into the sides. It's just like my missus hates my beard anyway, but
you can get like these roller things that roll it. It helps the follicles
okay.
kind of. Yeah,
Right.
you should check one of them, mate.
Would it work for my hair?
You can give it a go.
Fucking hell. I say to my missus, I say, look, leave me alone. It's the only thing I can fucking grow on my head.
Yeah, I mean, I've got hair, but it's just I shave it because of the tattoos.
Yeah. No, that's sick, mate. That's sick. I did, for at one point I said if I ever won lottery, I'd have my hair done, but I'd have it all fucking put back in. But then I thought, well, at the end of the day, I love tattooing more, so I'll just get my fucking head tattooed.
Yeah, mate, it's easy, lot easier.
Yeah, that's no,
I mean, you
that's
just
sick,
roll out
man.
of bed, don't you? All I got to do is run a comb from my beard.
Yeah. Do you find like when you fucking sort it all out, like as soon as you go to bed the next day, it's all fucking. I mean, I don't have obviously.
Yeah.
What do you do with it?
Yeah, it is a bit of it. I spend more time messing with my beard. I'm glad I ain't got hair because I spend more time washing it in the shower than if I had hair, I'd be even longer in the shower.
Yeah. So I guess like when it comes to picking the clothing for the companies you want to work with, effectively you have to minimize the front design because you fucking lose half of it in the beard.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does struggle. Back prints are better, but when you're getting like a front print, it can be. You kind of have to swift it out of the way so you get the design.
Kind of stand. I think that picture you sent me, that's a front design. So you're kind of like looking up.
Yeah, standing. Yeah, head sideways, looking up. So you get the
Yeah.
You got to kind of pick your moves.
So like with the stuff I do, like I do all my stuff. Yeah. Yeah, we
You
just
froze
lost
a bit there, kid.
You there, mate? Because I think we just lost signal then.
Yeah, just lost a bit of signal there.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, dude.
Luke. Yeah. You're there, bud.
I'm there, kid.
It's all fucking weird there, isn't it? Yeah, I don't really know what's going on there. Hello.
You got me.
Oh, I think we lost fucking internet. One sec.
I think Josh's Virgin's playing up. I'd write a strongly worded letter. obviously while Josh in here, I'll show you some of the brands. We've got this side. You got some killer kicks. These bad boys. Some plugs, man. Put a plug in it. Killing it as well. Someone who's just asked regarding who's my favourite brand so far. Don't really have a favourite brand, but kind of I love them all the same. If you know what I mean. And if Josh is coming back anytime soon. Apparently Josh just messaged he'll be back in a minute. So another question's coming. So what is your favourite tattoo? Hello, it's Josh.
Yo,
you're back on.
Yo, mate, my whole Wi-Fi just went down, mate. The whole fucking flat just went down, man. I tell you what, though, I could still see you from a mobile network, mate. You were fucking holding it down. You don't even need me.
I wouldn't say I was holding it down perfectly, mate. I thought just show a few of the brand stuff off.
Yeah, no, that's sick, mate. Sick. Thanks for sticking about, mate. Because I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I'd have a strongly worded letter just for your internet provider.
Yeah, that's not good. It's not good. That's the first time that's ever happened though. I've had it where fucking the thing's fallen down behind, and one of the guys that I talk to a lot, Bob in Canada, I've done 2 attempts at his podcast, and then we did a third where he was doing some pinstriping and that on some tank. And Bob, I realized that Bob is the cursed podcast guy. But yeah, yeah, it was crazy. But no, thanks, mate. Sorry about that. I don't even know where we was, to be honest.
I don't know. We've got a few questions coming in though.
Oh, cool, man. Shoot, yeah, let's go.
After that, what's my favourite tattoo? To be honest, it's got to be
awesome.
My head one. To be honest, it's
skull, sick.
Yeah, it's like a Tibetan skull. But yeah, I got loads that I kind of like. I got rib pieces that I like, but I mean, obviously, I don't want to get nude on here.
You fucking do. You do. You're getting ready for your next job, mate.
I got my stripper trousers on.
I'm not that. This ain't that podcast. This ain't that fucking. No, mate. Yeah. So head. So your head one's your favorite then? Is that
one of my favorites? Yeah.
Reason? One of your favorites.
I just think it was cool.
Cool.
Yeah. I don't know. I've got quite a few, but it's just I don't know.
Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. It's so like for me, I say skulls as well, man. I love skulls. I keep trying to convince my missus to get some more skulls done, but she's got one. She don't want any more. So
You can't go wrong with the skull.
you can't go wrong. You can't. Skulls and pocket watches, and well, I mean, my pocket watch is a bit more old school, and I got Indian Larry's question mark in the middle of mine. Do your tattoos tell a story? Are they just, if they look cool, you want them?
Yeah, they're all Japanese based, but it's kind of, obviously a lot of the Japanese stuff, they have stories behind them, don't they? The meanings.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've got, like, I think on the one arm I've got a koi swimming up, and then you've got a dragon. So obviously that's a part of a ritual, like tradition that goes back centuries. There's like a whole story behind that. But yeah, a lot of them have got meanings. I've tried to stick to them sort of as close as I can. But other ones are just like when you get gap fillers and you're just like, I'll just bang something in there. But
no, that's cool. That's so, and obviously, like with regard to like some of the clothing companies you're working with, have they asked you like what types of tattoos you got? Have you had any like weird things like that, or?
No, not really. So I'm just intrigued. I'm intrigued who's written a question that said they knew me before I had tattoos and a long leather matrix coat phase.
What's
I'm
that?
trying to figure out who that is. But yeah, that is true. I did have like a long matrix coat. Yeah.
Did you? Oh,
yeah,
sick.
I had like I went through a goth sort of phase. But yeah, whoever that is true. I don't know. I can't see who it is.
I can't see it. I can't see the comments. To be fair, they've gone.
But yeah,
long leather matrix coat.
Yeah, it was one of them. I had a fixation with it. So, but
yeah, mate, why not? Why not? But no, that's cool. That's cool. So, mate, I think obviously apart from the technical issue, obviously anyone else wants to ask any questions. I mean, for me, like I like the idea of fucking the tattooing thing, like modeling and making money doing your own thing, man. I think that's sick as fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. Something I really want to do. I am passionate about it.
You got someone's commented, Mac.
Yeah, Bam. I know who he is. Yeah.
Good to have you on here, mate. Sorry about the technical issue. You've had your new host anyway. Host Rick. Not only is he a tattoo model, now he's fucking taking over my podcast.
Yeah, well, just you threw me in the deep end, kid.
Sweet, mate. Awesome. That is awesome. So hopefully, mate. Hopefully the future continues to go. It's definitely heading in the right direction, for sure. Like I say, if you work with 30 companies, it's got to be what you need. And
definitely, I mean, like brands like these as well, Odyseo. I mean, I'm an ambassador for these. They're like they'll sort out sort of glasses for they do a lot of snowboarding glasses as well. But like, some of them are absolutely mint. But yeah, I mean that's why in a lot of the photos I do, I'm always wearing shades because obviously these boys like hit me up loads with stuff like this.
Do you use them for riding? Because obviously being that we're
podcast
about bikes as well. What are they like with bike? Because I wear a cheap. Well, when I not that I've ridden my bobber for a while. I don't wear open face at the moment, but I find that you can't really go too wrong with a set of flat Ray-Ban style shades. 60 mile an hour cruising speed, they're all right.
Yeah, I asked them if they had any sort of glasses that I could use to ride, and they sent me a pair. I'm really crap with the names that they send me, but yeah, these ones, the arms detach, and then you can put like the band on, so they can sit around your lid.
Yeah, and you got the foam inserts that you clip on the inside.
No, they don't. But these are used for like a lot of snowboarding and stuff like that. So they do sit nice. I mean, we went out for a blast, and I used them when I first tried them out, and they're amazing. To be fair, they're good glasses.
Yeah. But even just chilling. I got a pair of I was really lucky. My missus, for my birthday a few years back, she bought me a pair of Oakley's, but the Valentino Rossi limited edition ones.
Yeah.
And absolutely petrified. I mean, I'm massive. Like I say, for me, road bikes belong on a track. So anyone that's a road bike fan, I don't mean to assault you, but half of the bikes belong on a track. They don't, not my bag on the road. I think they're incredible for what they're designed for on the track. But MotoGP, massive MotoGP fan, huge Rossi fan. The guy's fucking greatest of all time. And yeah, so I don't wear them on the road because fucking petrified of getting a stone chip on them or something.
Yeah. My wife actually got the doctor on the back of a bike. She's a massive Rossi fan as well.
The guy's a fucking legend, mate. I mean, I make the statement to my dad, and my dad says I can't make that statement. I said greatest of all times, and he's like, you can't compare him to the likes of Barry Sheen and Kevin Schwantz and all the boys back then. And I'm like, well, I can, because Rossi's the only dude that's ever won 125 two-stroke, 250, 500 two-stroke, 990, 800. And he won 9 times world champion, denied his 10th in 2015. So he is the greatest of all time. The greatest. I mean, at the end of the day, Giacomo Agostini only holds 15 titles to the respect that he was winning multiple titles in 1 year. Again, that's not at all taken away from what Giacomo achieved, but the reality is did he? If you added up the titles compared to the overall domination across a career, he's nowhere near Rossi. He's nowhere near what Rossi achieved in the time period. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. There we are. So we even got someone, Ben, 46 follower all my life, and then the lads, BSB riders. Yeah, obviously, and again, like British Superbikes, like they don't even get the recognition they deserve, man. They don't even run electronics. Like they're pure out and out talent on tight, crazy tracks. World Superbikes have full factory electronics. It's but yeah, no, that's cool, man. So obviously, is there any way? You want people to reach you? Where's the best place to reach you?
So basically, just hit me up on Instagram. To be fair, I do a lot of my stuff out of Instagram. So just kind of hit me up on that, and just give us a follow as well. But that's about it, really.
No, that's it. And obviously, you're open to new work, and I think his OnlyFans is going to be starting soon by the sound of
it. That's in the making.
Fucking sorry, I just, mate, you're going to be like, fucking hell, Josh. People are messaging me wearing.
What the
fuck?
Now? I'll have messages like, oh, OnlyFans. Hey, there's a gap in the market, isn't there, for a tattooed, bearded dude? I'm sure.
You'd be known as the ZZ top that shows all.
ZZ topless.
ZZ topless, fuck, mate, mint. But obviously, and no, all joking aside, but like companies that do come across my page and want somebody to work with, obviously I'm too busy working with like Hugo Boss and Chanel and all that. So you reach out to them.
Well, I'll tell you what I do. I wouldn't mind if you send us some stuff. I'll get some shots in your stuff.
No, mate, that sounds cool. That sounds cool. We'll have to. We'll obviously keep in touch about that. Basically with me, because I do everything myself. My friend does all the plotting. I then go and collect the stuff, do all the weaving, then do the fucking application. So I basically hold very, very little stock. So that's why I said we will definitely do that. I just don't have anything really to give you at the moment. I basically wait on an order coming in, because, like, for example, because I do like the original shirt where it's the 666 logo bigger on the back and the front, because my budget is so small on it. I can't afford to go and buy all the material and do a shitload of t-shirts, and then all of a sudden Richie emails me saying I want a hoodie. I'm like, shit, so I hold everything ready. So I have the gormets ready, and then I have the actual logos ready, and then someone orders something, which has been incredible. I mean, I've got a jacket on the way to Phoenix, Arizona. Jeff, if he's watching, mate, I'm like, fucking, the dude has been so patient with me, because I've been having a bit of problem trying to get the jacket, and then I got the jacket. I got the logo, the design on the pocket was different, so I couldn't do the application of the thing, and so I had to anyway. So then I had to go down the embossed, laser engraved on a leather patch route, which
But
is what this
that
is.
looks cool, to be fair.
What's that? The shirt or the hat?
The hat with the
the hat.
Yeah, that looks mint, man.
Yeah, mate. Massive, like incredible, like Dave off of Etsy. I just reached out, you know. Oh, we're back. So Dave, Dave off. Yeah, it's crazy, mate. Fucking internet's gone mad. I do apologize, but yeah, I've contacted somebody on Etsy and annoyed the fuck out of him because I'm really fussy with how I wanted things. But yeah, no, we'll definitely do that, mate, for sure.
Yeah, because I saw that you do like jackets and stuff.
Yeah, the jackets are the armored jackets. Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean I've got armored jackets and stuff like that, and I use City of Leather, a company called City of Leather. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Is their logo like old school flames coming off a wheel?
Yeah. Ali from City of Leather. I mean, I've done a shoot with them.
Yeah.
If you dip onto their website and have a look, I'm all over that.
Awesome.
So that was a cool shoot as well. But I harassed him at a bike show. Because I bought a lot of stuff from him, and I mean the man can sell like snow to an Eskimo. Honestly, he's wicked. But yeah, I've done a lot of work with them too. It's mad that what I've actually achieved really. When you sit down and think about it, I mean, the other thing I'm trying to get into is things like other bike brands like Merlin and stuff like that, and I've reached out to people like that, and because for some reason a lot of the bike brands want nice, chiseled, good-looking dudes.
It's not even realistic.
No, that's what I said.
Like, and I mean, let's be fucking honest. You know,
exactly. So even one of the brands hit back and said, like, oh, you know what, you've got a really edgy look, but we'll keep your stuff on file. Like, and I haven't heard nothing, but like, even if they're saying, you know, you got the beard, you know, you got the tattoos, you got the look, it's like, well, you know, and they're still going for these clean cut dudes, and I'm like,
I think
most dudes have got motorbikes, have got a beard.
And you know what, like, and obviously we was going to end it, but actually, I'm. This is an intriguing one. So what I've noticed is the clothing obviously isn't necessarily cheap, which rightly, you know, that's not knocking the clothing. No. But obviously, you've got the whole cafe racer, London, like rich people mindset where they would go and buy a flannel jacket by Revit for 230 quid. Why is it? Why would you spend 230 quid? Why not buy bob heads, for example, at £160? You know, do you know what I mean? So, like, for me, that's I think that's kind of why, because obviously they're trying to fucking get the modern day. I've just got 50 grand bonus for a sale, so I'm going to go and have a. And again, this isn't knocking anything. This is, and I apologize anyone that kind of feels that I'm coming across the wrong way, but that's just how I kind of feel it's going in that respect. That they're appealing to this new modern day cafe racer type vibe dude that's got money to more. Well, not that. And again, you can't judge a book by its cover, but unfortunately, they clearly are. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. They would rather.
It's one of them. I'm trying. I'll keep trying. I'll keep knocking the doors.
Keep going, mate. Keep going.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them. But if before we head off, it's I know Joe's still watching, and he did say to me about my Brummie accent, because he says obviously I think 40% of people probably won't even understand what you're saying. But I said
everything, mate.
I said I'll use my posh voice. You see, so it's what.
Oh, jolly.
But I think you know that's probably about me. To be fair, if you got any more questions or anyone else has got any questions, to be fair.
No, that's it, isn't it? It's I mean, it's fucking people obviously are in. I mean, I'm interested now how you fucking continue to. I look forward to seeing how your career, and we'll have to do this again. Do you know what I mean? Like, we'll have to do it like when you are sprawled across across a bonnet of a fucking Lambo. Like,
Yeah, well,
I want to
when
know
you
how
found
you
TikTok.
got there. I want to know how you got there, mate. You know,
Yeah,
it's like, how
behind the
did it really
scene.
go? You know, but mate, that's sick. That's sick. Posh voice. Yeah, mate. You are there. So
Yeah, cheers,
for
Joe.
those that are watching, he doesn't want to get on my podcast. He's not a cameraman in front of a camera, but we're gonna have to get him on. So that's
100%.
yeah. And obviously, you know, Rich did wear your shirt in this podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
He's
Repping.
got the cup. Yeah, he's rep. You know what I mean? So that's an extra push. So people want to know where Cutthroat Monkey started, and anyone else that Rich has worked for, please drop me a message. I would love to have you on the podcast. It's not, like I said, this is not a biased platform to any. We're not plugging anybody directly. I said to Rich before, he can plug everybody he wants to, to show his appreciation to them.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would love to interview every one of you guys on this podcast and just hear about your story of how your businesses started, what inspired your custom culture related tattoo inspired. Because at the end of the day, I'm not going to sit down and interview Hugo Boss. I don't give a fuck how many billions and millions he's made. I'm not interested. Not interested. If he wants to
Yeah.
release a range of tattoo inspired, motorbike inspired stuff, 100% he can jump on it. You know, if he wants to pay me £1 million, I'll change the name and pretend to be somebody else, and then I'll interview you.
Great show marks, mask on, and then do it.
Do you know what I mean? But again, like, all seriousness, like, any of the guys that Rich has worked with, drop me a message. I'd love to interview you.
Yeah, or
100%.
if they don't reach out to you, they can reach out to me, and I'll make the link happen. But I mean, I've tried to mention as many brands as possible as I can, but we'd be here all night, to be honest. But I have, like I said, I have tagged a lot of them in a photo of what I've done.
Yeah, and obviously, like I said, before we went live or during the live, because I know I've waffled on a lot. Like, after we finish, you literally DM me all the names, and when the broadcasts have finished, I will edit them in. Like, Rich would like to thank everybody, and we'll put them all in, because obviously, rightly so. At the end of the day, they do deserve.
The brands have kind of put me where I am. So,
absolutely,
I need to show as much love as I can.
Absolutely, 100%, 100%, mate. And like I say, so I think I'll hit the old end stream button. You have to bear with me a sec. And thanks again, everyone. This has been by far one of the most interactive podcasts. So, yeah, obviously, I know I told you all that I had ZZ Top on the podcast. I know I lied. No, I didn't really. But, obviously, yeah, mate, it's been fucking awesome. Let me just hit the old end stream button on here.